1896, Joseon, a turbulent time when the tide of modernization collided with the pressure of foreign powers. Amid the turmoil, one voice rang out. This nation must defend itself. The Independent and the Independence Club, they were not merely a publication or an organization. They marked the very beginning of Joseon's first call for self-reliance and civil rights. In 1894, the Japanese Empire and Qing China clashed over their influence in Korea. The tension escalated into the First Sino-Japanese War. With its victory, Japan signed the Treaty of Shimonoseki with China, declaring Korea's independence. But in truth, that independence was nothing more than a pretext for Japan to tighten its grip on Joseon. In 1895, Japan carried out the Urmi Incident, assassinating Queen Myeongsong, who had stood in the way of their plans. Fearing for his life, King Gojong sought refuge in the Russian legation. This opened the door for another great power, Russia, to intervene in Joseon's fate. And the nation's sovereignty came under threat from the imperialist powers. It was at this moment that Seo Jae-pil, newly returned from the United States, sought to rebuild the nation through the power of the press and the people. In April 1896, he founded The Independent, the first privately run newspaper in Korea. 2 months later, in July, the Independence Club was formed, a moment when the people themselves stepped forward to defend the nation's future. The Independent was published in both Korean and English to enlighten the Korean people and to share the nation's aspirations with the world. It criticized corruption, emphasized the importance of education, and proclaimed the rights of the people. The message was clear: every citizen is a master of the nation. On June 20, 1896, the English edition declared, "This arch means the independence not from China alone, but from Japan, from Russia, and from all European powers." This statement made clear the direction of their vision. The Independence Club organized open forums and lectures, engaging citizens directly in discussions about reform. It was not just a gathering of intellectuals, it was the first organization in Joseon to truly place the people at the center. It was the moment when the people themselves stepped forward to safeguard the nation's fate. In 1897, the club demolished the Yeongeunmun Gate, a symbol of tributary diplomacy with Qing China, leaving only its stone base. On the north side of the foundation, they erected a new monument. Independence Gate. It was a symbol of Joseon's resolve to turn from subservience to self-reliance. Though the designer is uncertain, construction was led by Shim Eul-suk, Korea's first brickwork expert and master stonemason. Independence Gate stands 14.28 meters tall and 11.48 meters wide. Its arch was inspired by the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. Its rooftop is encircled by a brick balustrade, with a stairway on the left side of the facade. The front is inscribed with Dongrimmun in Korean. The back is inscribed with Dulimun in Chinese characters. Carved into the stone are Taeguk symbols and the royal plum blossom crests of the Joseon and Korean Empire. Every stone holds the yearning of an era for a truly independent nation. Yet in 1910, the Korean Empire fell, becoming a colony of Japan. Starting with the Korea-Japan Protocol in 1904, Japan stripped away Korea's diplomatic, legislative, and judicial powers, disbanded its army, and finally annexed the nation. Independence Gate, once a symbol of sovereignty, was co-opted to serve Japan's propaganda, used to claim that Japan had liberated Korea from Qing rule. Under colonial rule, Korea's autonomy was all but erased, and the true meaning of independence faded from sight. But even under the harsh winds of colonial rule, the flame of independence did not go out. It burned even brighter. On March 1st, 1919, the cry rang out across the land. Shouting, "Long live Korean independence," citizens filled the streets in peaceful protest. Young patriots hoisted flags upon Independence Gate, renewing its meaning. After liberation, the construction of Seongsan Boulevard in 1979 required the monument to be relocated to its current site. Today, Independence Gate stands quietly, keeping its solemn watch over history. What the Independent and the Independence Club left behind was more than just a monument. It was the beginning of a movement in which the people themselves claimed their sovereignty and demanded reform. Even now, Independence Gate stands silently, asking us, are we standing upon that dream today?